We did a lot of research prior to booking our first RV rental. Actually, we spent a few months researching and gathering information. We're strong believers in doing a lot of research and learning prior to jumping into anything new. In our opinion, the best thing you can arm yourself with other than actual experience is knowledge. Given the availability of information on the internet, there's no reason not to do the research. The internet is the internet, and there's a lot of crap and misinformation, so care must be taken in selecting the sources. We rely on multiple sources for the same bits of information, which helps to weed through potentially misleading information. There is an almost endless supply of RV-related videos on YouTube. Many full and part-time RVers have extremely informative YouTube channels. Consistency in the information presented between sources and what makes sense to us generally provides information we deem to be accurate. We wanted to learn as much as possible about RVs, campgrounds, and the associated pros and cons. We wanted to know how it all works. A bit about the rental, booking, and pickup experience. We rented the rig from a company as opposed to an individual owner. The company is part of the Outdoorsy Pro platform, so the transaction was actually handled through Outdoorsy under the company's name. A link to Outdoorsy is in the description below. The booking process was straightforward and the company owner was available to address any questions we had. It's important to establish strong communication with the company or the owner of the RV. More on rental platforms in a future video. The company provided a few brief videos relative to the specific rig we rented, demonstrating how things worked. We felt that this alone fell a bit short of what a newbie renter really needs. This, coupled with our knowledge gained during research, provided us with a high comfort level. We requested a 7 a.m. pickup time for the rig, given that we had to stop at home and load it. This falls outside of the company's pickup window, but they did make an exception for us. The rig came with all the necessary items for full hookups. Our first rental rig was a 2016 Forest River Sunseeker MBS 2400, a 24-foot Class C with one large slide out. It's built on a Mercedes-Benz chassis with a diesel engine. The rig was 4 years old at the time we rented it and has experienced a hard life. It was not as clean as we expected it to be. Noise levels of diesel engines have improved over the years, but this one was very loud. This, coupled with the rattles in the interior, made it impossible for us to hold a conversation while driving. The seats were comfortable and it was not difficult to drive. Everything functioned properly on the rig for our entire trip, which was wonderful. Anyone who has been on RV trips knows that things go sideways a lot. Being extremely safe and cautious, we kept our speed to a maximum of 55 to 60 mph. For our first RV rental campground, we wanted a nice, quiet place with full hookups and easy site access that was not too far from home. We chose Outlanders River Camp in Luray, Virginia. You'll find a link in the description below. Outlanders is a beautiful, quiet, well-maintained, clean campground. We booked one of their super sites, which comes with full hookups, 30 and 50 amp electricity, a full concrete pad for the RV, and a concrete extension for tables, chairs, etc. The site also has a covered picnic table and fire pit. It was perfect for our first rental experience. The sites are fairly close together, but not so close that we felt crowded, and our neighbors were very nice. Firewood is an issue as they require you to purchase it from them and don't allow you to bring your own. It was green and would not light. Many campgrounds do not permit outside firewood for a variety of reasons, most related to bugs and disease that travel with wood. However, it also represents a revenue stream for campgrounds, which we totally understand from a business perspective. We highly recommend Outlanders River Camp. What we learned from our Class C rental experience. We don't like slide outs. No problems with the slide out on this trip, but there's so much that can go wrong with them. We prefer simplicity. Unable to travel outside of the campground without fully breaking down the connections and setup was an issue. We did not bring a second vehicle. Many Class C RVs do have the capability to flat tow a small vehicle. This is extremely difficult in the rental environment. We also don't own a vehicle that can be flat towed and have no desire to flat tow. The propane tank was not removable on this rig, so filling it requires driving the rig to a propane filling facility that accommodates drive-ups. The tank was not completely full when we picked up the rig, which was disappointing. We were forced to conserve propane to avoid a trip to the filling facility. What we learned about our campground preferences. For now, we're glampers and require full hookups. This may change in the future and will not close the door to any opportunities. Clean and quiet is important to us. We prefer to avoid the crowded resort-type campgrounds and seek out more quiet, secluded locations. We target locations that offer photography opportunities, hiking, and exploring the outdoors. Conclusions. Drivable RVs or motorhomes are not our top choice. We decided to explore travel trailers. One of the main reasons is not having a separate vehicle to explore the local area. More on travel trailers in a future video. Since this first trip, we've spent countless hours researching travel trailers and have fallen in love with Airstreams. We did not own a tow vehicle at the time of this trip. We do now and have planned a number of trips for this year. More on our tow vehicle in a future video. We'll close out this video with a few photographs from Outlanders River Camp. Please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with friends.